I have to say I'm rather offended, because the only way I got up here, that I was given an opportunity as a normal Aussie up there was by billionaire Clive Palmer. Are you now saying to me that after 10 years in this place I do not belong here? Is that what you're saying? That opportunity was given to me and you're going to take it off everyone else, and that I haven't earned my way up here? By God, I'm offended. Why don't you answer that one?
Minister.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Senator Lambie. No, I'm not saying that.
Senator Lambie.
I actually don't recall. I don't know, maybe I was comatose during the last 3 years, but I don't recall the Labor Party taking this to the last election. When did you get the majority? When did you get a social licence from the Australian people to ram this down our throats and theirs? And to charge them more? Instead of $3 for $5 to pass over us. When did you get Australia's social licence to do that?
Minister.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Senator Lambie, for her question. The Labor Party took transparency provisions to the last election, and in the almost 3 years of this Parliament, we have had inquiry after inquiry into the best way of ensuring the ongoing electoral system in this country, to ensure that democracy survives in this country and to ensure that democracy prospers in this country. And those committee hearings and the resultant legislation which you now see before you tonight, Senator Lambie, is a reflection of all of those discussions which we have conducted in this Parliament with the Australian people, and I'm very firmly of the view that the Australian people want this legislation.
Senator Lambie.
Democracy, it's a stitch up. It's a shame on you have stained democracy. That's what you've done by doing this. Anyway, during this time, I've never seen the opposition throwing Dorothy Dixes to the government. At what time did the opposition provide copies of the questions they were going to ask you whilst you were in the committee stage of consideration of this bill?
Minister.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Senator Lambie. We've had sort of very extensive conversations over a long period of time with the opposition, with the Greens, with Senator Pocock, even with Senator Rennick, and we might have to agree to disagree, Senator Rennick. The number of amendments that you've put into this legislation suggests to me that you had a pretty good outing. So throughout this whole process, I've been willing to talk to anybody who wants to talk about electoral reform. I've invited people to come forward with their ideas. If the opposition choose to do that and I choose to respond, well, I think that's a good thing, Senator Lambie.
Senator Lambie.
At a confession box, but do you actually think you could stand in a court of law right now and state under oath that this is not an attempt by both you major parties to limit the cross-representation in the future of for what is greatness of democracy in this country? You can't be serious. You could stand under oath, could you? Could you seriously do that?
Minister.
Yes, I could, Senator Lambie.